all positive looking ahead, or is there any kind of lingering frustration how things ended last month?
You know, we all know that we've let people down, let ourselves down, and now it's just a case of looking towards the next 2 games to put it right, and that's the feeling right now. There is an anger there to put things right, and like I say, we know it wasn't good enough, and we're feeling like we can really make a statement and put it right.
With that in mind, then, is a lot of the preparation for the Portugal game in particular surrounding the mentality of the team?
I think stopping lapses in concentration in key moments and managing the games, the mistakes at certain times has cost us against Hungary and against Armenia, so definitely eliminating those and making sure that the concentration is there, and then without those mistakes, I think we give ourselves a really good chance. I think we've got a lot of quality in the squad, and you can see that at club and when I'm in training, I can see it. So getting that right is kind of fundamental.
Are you feeling any kind of pressure to put things right for yourselves, for the fans, or is there any external pressure, or is it all kind of what you're feeling yourselves?
Like I say, I feel like we know, like, and it really hurt us too, me personally, feeling like we've let a lot of people down, the fans, the staff and ourselves really. So I wouldn't say it's a pressure, I'd say there's that real motivation now to put it right.
Captain?
Hi Tim, you might be aware that the manager was asked about this last week and expressed his view that Israel should be banned from competition, citing the prison in Russia. Given your heritage, I'm interested in your perspective if you want to share it. What's your view? Should Israel be excluded from the competition?
I'd rather not answer that.
Again, I was going to ask about reaction after the Armenia game from the players' collective approach to it. Did they see any flaws in the directions that they were given before the game, or was it just purely it didn't work on the pitch?
I'd say we as players need to take responsibility. The performances going into the 2 games, the feeling, the set, the training, the set, everything was there for us, to be honest with you. Like I say, we need to take responsibility and put it right and kind of make sure that it's right for the next 2 games. I felt like we had a lot of confidence going into those last 2 games, and it was really disappointing, and that's why we're just really motivated to put it right in the next 2 games.
Go on.
Hey Ben, you said everything was in place. What did go wrong?
I say lapses in concentration at the wrong moments, and managing the game. Like I said, we're on the pitch, so we need to take responsibility and be better. But like I said, we can't dwell on what went wrong now. We have to just look forward, look to the Saturday as the first opportunity to eliminate those mistakes and put in a top performance.
Is there still a belief that the group can qualify?
100%. You look at the table, you can see that there's still, with that draw against Hungary, there's still a great chance, and there's that anger and that motivation to start with Saturday, and then we'll look at the next game.
Andy?
Then losing in Armenia was a shock or an upset. Like would winning or getting a result in Portugal be as much of an upset in the other sense? In a positive sense?
You know, obviously we know what Portugal are, so the obvious answer to that question is yes, but at the same time, with that added energy of losing that last game, we all know that we shouldn't be losing that game, then there'll definitely be an added edge to make it right.
And how do you prepare yourself for, going up against a team with all those, stars? I mean, is it obviously a challenge that you'll relish?
For me personally, that those are the best opportunities to kind of show and showcase that you can compete with those players. A lot of people will think, that those are the big players, and for me, I'm motivated to show that I'm able to compete with them, and I think that will probably match a lot of the mentality from the other lads.
Owen, please.
Stress out at the start, you felt you let yourselves down, let people down. Like most of the time after defeat, people talk about just learning lessons, so it's a lot stronger to say something like that. Have you been in this position before, or is it hard to come in and say something like that?
I haven't been. I wouldn't say I've been in that position before, especially at this level and with this much expectation. It's not hard. It's not been hard for me to go and say that. I just think it's the truth, and it's an honest reflection of how I feel and the vibe that I'm getting from the rest of the team as well. Is that there is a real feeling of just that hurt, but we can't dwell on that kind of pain. We have to try and use it, and I think it is a testament to the mentality of all of us as a collective.
Hey.
I think just something Hamer said last week, he felt that because of the positive finish to the Hungary game, that he thinks the players went to Armenia thinking that it was going to be easier than it turned out to be. Did you see that, or do you agree with that assessment from the manager?
I'd say it even goes kind of further than that, just in terms of the build-up, the wins against Bulgaria, the kind of improved performances and results leading up to that game. Maybe there was a lack of understanding of the challenge that we were coming up against away to Armenia, in terms of the occasion, in terms of the environment, and in terms of them as players. We weren't at our levels, and I don't want to give excuses about this and that. We've just got to kind of look at ourselves, and maybe that was a part of it.
And just on your own levels, you've had a lot of starts, but I don't think you've finished 90 for club or country yet this season. Is that a frustration, or is that just natural life as an attacking player?
I'm disappointed with the start from a personal point of view. In terms of minutes, I would like to have played more 90s, but to be honest, I'm feeling really fit, really good. I had an injury in pre-season, a month injury, so I kind of missed pre-season, and I'm at a stage now where I'm feeling really, really fit and kind of ready for whatever. In terms of playing 90s, I'd love to play more 90s.
Finally, John.
Finn, you touched on the expectation factor there, and Heimer, when he came in, spoke about short feeling heavy on players, and like it'll be a decade next year, you don't qualify, goes on. Like, you're one of the newer lads into the squad. Like, is that hard to break down?
It is hard to break down,
Like,
the expectation.
Just
Yeah.
in terms of you bringing a freshness to it, and
Yeah.
you weren't past previous 8 years, whatever it is, but it seems it can easily seep into your psyche.
I personally, there's always going to be that expectation and that kind of added pressure of playing for your country. and I feel like my role as a creative player, that the manager's kind of given me that space and that freedom, and I've just wanted to try and bring that creativity. That's all my focus has been on. It hasn't been on, oh, I need to do this, I need to perform. It's been more kind of, how can I help this team create more chances? How can I adapt, have the best impact in this game? And that's kind of been my sole focus. I haven't worried too much about the things that you've been saying, and that's because I've had enough experience in football now to kind of understand that and live with that kind of expectation and pressure.
And just in terms of on the pitch then, if you played central, you played wide, do you feel you're more effective in either of those positions?
I feel like I'm capable, and my game is adaptable to be able to play in all of those kind of positions, and I kind of pride myself on being able to adapt within the game to try and find those spaces. The way that we're going to have to play on Saturday could be different to the way we're going to have to play on Tuesday, and that ability to adapt is going to be really, really important.
Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
With John O'Shea.